comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning to everyone. All right. Good morning. Saturday isn't much different from any other day for me. So I'm going to do a little talking before I get started on the actual topic. Wanted to talk about, hey Gary, good to see you. I wanted to talk about mutual admiration societies. Yeah, they're all over the place, right? You a lot of times you'll find them in meetings where there's a group of people that hang out together. They usually run the meeting every day. They talk about what they want to talk about. Each one of them will usually tell you how much time they have. Right? Mutual admiration societies. What these people do is they stick together, pat each other on the back to tell them that they're correct. That's what a mutual admiration society does. It's a bunch of sick people that keep sick people sick. But yet they act as if they practice these principles, but they don't. They've taken fake it till you make it to a literal point. Right? This has been happening in AA rooms forever. But I'm getting a lot of people coming to me. I went to this meeting and man, just if you don't follow, they don't. I heard about one meeting, they won't read out of the 12 by 12. They think it's wrong. So that's people trying to force their own sobriety down other people's throats. What in AA? Yeah. Check out other meetings. I'm telling you, if you're new in the program, check a variety of meetings. Don't find one and stick with it. Okay? Of course, there have been several times I've heard people say I went to the first meeting and it was for me. But find a meeting for you. Okay? If you're having a hard time, reach out. I'll help you find one. Hi, Katie. It's good to see you. Katie may be doing so here's the thing. When it comes to the podcasts, we do really good except for one thing. I think our descriptions suck. So my thought was, let's have somebody that's not involved in the podcast listen to it and write the description about it. Doesn't it sound a little bit better? So Katie has said that she is willing to give it a try. So thank you, Katie, for your help with trudging together. We appreciate it, and welcome to the team. We do have a team. Yeah. Yep, we're everywhere, man. Trudging together is everywhere. So, sometimes these mutual admiration societies come in the form of businesses. And you'll find that the leader of those or the owner usually has what's called a lot of positivity. You know, they're cheerleaders. But it becomes toxic. It's the only thing that they utilize in order to solve problems. You think positivity is going to solve your problems. And you think being positive all the freaking time is conducive to recovery. You're in for a big surprise. Because it's not. Life is balanced, man. How can you actually feel happiness unless you have felt sad before? Can't. I call it the warm blanket theory, right? Oh, this has been coming up quite a lot. The warm blanket theory. Oh, sorry, I gotta get this stretch on first. It was a good one. You know those ones that are like, oh yeah, I can't stop that stretch. It'll whoop. All right. The warm blanket theory. So it's the middle of the winter, right? And then you wake up and your covers are falling off you and you're freezing. So you take your blanket and you put it back on you and you're all, oh, that's so nice and warm. Oh, wow, that's a nice warm. But you wouldn't have felt that way if your covers wouldn't have fallen off of you. See, that's what life is about. It's about coming along with those challenges, finding your faith, and doing the right thing. Okay, I'm finding out that I think I'm finding a lot of people that fear getting well. They fear what's going to happen to them if they get well. So, I won't be able to describe it to you. I can't. It's hard to describe how God talks to me. Okay. But he does. He talks straight to me now. Not all the time. Sometimes he still talks through his people. But a lot of times I get answers immediately in my brain. From my understanding, that's how it's supposed to happen. God's given me a calling. I'm going after it with no fear. This morning, more fear was lifted from me. Actually, more fear wasn't lifted from me. I was given more courage this morning. I didn't realize that I needed more courage, but obviously God does. That means maybe something's coming up where I'm going to need it. When we test our sobriety, it's going to be a fun one. There is a reading. Yay! There's a reading. Not just Dion Runner's mouth. Readings. All right. If we don't want to slip, we'll avoid slippery places. Do you need to know any more? Stay away. I hear people all the time. Oh, I would decide to go to the grocery store today and just walk down the alcohol aisle. Just see if I could do it. Katie. You're definitely one of us. We avoid slippery places. There's a saying, if you hang out in the barber shop for too long, you're going to get a haircut. Okay? Don't go hang out don't test your sobriety. Don't test whatever ism you have. Don't do that. It's silly. Why would you want to spend your time doing that instead of helping another person? Or maybe, I don't know, helping yourself. Okay? This is about we are a people who set ourselves up to fail. Okay? That's what it is. That's how it is. So we need to teach ourselves to learn how to succeed, on how to have a successful day every day. For the alcoholic, that means avoiding old drinking haunts. I won't go see my friends. No, you want to drink. Let's just be honest. Then go. See ya. There ain't nobody stopping you. God ain't gonna stop you from doing it. Well, God really loves me. He'll stop me. Oh my God. No, he won't. He gave you free will, you dork. Man, I covered that one fast. And it didn't fit either. It didn't fit very well. For the overeater, that means bypassing a once favorite pastry shop. For the gambler, that means shunning poker parties and racetracks. For me, certain emotional situations can also be slippery places. Woo, yes, they can. Excitement. Monday, I was so elated that I had to stop. I had to stop and decompress. It wasn't any different from, it still creates what's called an emotional hangover. Too much of one emotion creates emotional hangovers. Okay? Too much excitement, you get to a point where you get tired of being excited. No, I won't. Okay. You go on. Go do that. Come back and we'll redo that third step and you'll be like, oh, okay. And then life will be happy. So can indulgence of old ideas, such as a well-nourished resentment that is allowed to build to explosive proportions. Do I carry the principles of the program with me wherever I go? This is a very serious program. Question. Actually, the program's serious too. Okay. I take myself with a grain of salt. Mostly when I'm angry. Do I carry the principles of the program with me wherever I go? I can say yes to that. Yep. I don't go very many places, so it's a good joke. It's a good joke. Okay. But I'll tell you what, I help just as many people from home. I do. I've got a phone call right after this, just about stuff. Then this afternoon, I'm going to help a guy figure out how to use his Zoom so he can get into our meeting. This is all service work. It's about helping other people. Right? It's about a life of action, of correct action, intentional correct action. May I learn not to test myself too harshly by asking for it, by stopping in at the bar or bakery at the track, especially when there's been a slip. Oh man, the beating comes down, and it's us that does it to ourselves. I was talking to somebody the other, and they slipped, and they figured the worst. I don't know how it turned out. I haven't heard back. So I'm pretty sure I know what happened, and the right thing happened. They probably put him in detox for 2 or 3 days, and then he can come back. It's how a lot of sober livings work. Right? I told him, go be honest. Go over there, talk to. I can't say the guy's name because I'd be blowing his anonymity. No, I don't mind saying his name. His name's Nate. And he works at Monarch. And he's a great guy. He's a really good guy. In fact, I've had 2 of my sponsees approach him the right way. So he's probably like, gosh, I hope Dion sponsors more people because these people are nice to me. No reason to be mean to Nate. He's there to help you, man. But he's a good guy. So I'm going to say his name and give Monarch a little. I will hardly give. I'm giving a shout out to Nate. I'm not going to give a shout out to a sober living that I don't know well enough to give a shout out to. That's why. Okay. I don't know them as well as some of the others. So by stopping in at the bar or bakery or track, such testing can be dangerous, especially if I'm egged on, not only by thirst or an appetite or craving for the old object of my addictions, but by others still caught in addiction whose moral responsibility has been reduced to zero. Today, I'll remember avoid slippery places. Okay? Tell you the biggest slippery place. Mexico. And it's coming up. It's that time of the year again. Newcomers are going to come in. They're going to say, you know, we've had this. I've heard this so many times. You know, we've had this trip booked for 3 months, and I just don't want to waste it. You know, I'll take my big book with me. Okay. No talk about hitting meetings. Because they're not going to go to meetings. They're going there to get fucked up. Yep. I will fire a sponsee if he's going to Mexico. I'm kidding. No, Mexico is just a lurking notion. It is. I've never been to Mexico. I'm also not allowed out of the country because I'm such a horrible person. It's child support. I get it. Okay. If you have enough money to go to Ireland, you probably got enough money to pay your child support. It is what it is. What should I do? Keep me mad? I don't have enough money to leave the damn country anyway. So what's it matter? I hardly ever leave the house. So what the fuck does it matter? All right. I'm just screwing around. It's been a great week and I don't know, I have a lot of confidence right now. I feel like I'm on a good track. It doesn't mean all things are going good, but God's given me a lot of blessings lately. And, I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to go help more of his children now. I have a good chance I'll probably learn something in the process. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was good seeing y'all. I love you. Peace out and have a day.